channel. If you are new here, I am Ankit, and in this series, we are breaking down Python concepts step by step to make coding simpler and more fun. Today, we are going to explore a crucial part of any programming language, which is numbers, and we will see its functions. In our last video, we talked about strings and how we can manipulate them. But numbers? Numbers are the backbone of programming. Whether you are doing simple arithmetic or complex mathematical computations, mastering numbers is essential. I am displaying the topics that we will be covering today. We'll be starting with the introduction, type conversion functions, arithmetic operations, exploring Python's math module, advanced number functions. Then we'll go till the summary. And I'm assuming by the end of this video, you will have a solid understanding of Python numbers and types, arithmetic operations. You can drop me a comment below if you ever been confused between integers and floats, or if you want me to cover a specific number related concepts in future videos. We'll take that into consideration and create similar videos. So let's start by understanding the basic numbers data types in Python. So we have integers, we have floats, we have decimal point numbers which are floats, then we have complex numbers. Let us first see what does the integer looks like. Example, the example here would be 1, 0, or even 100. And for floats we have values like 3.14 or negative 2.718 and even zero point 0 is a float. Then we have concept of complex numbers. Example, we can take in it is less common but still handy. So example, we can have 2 plus 3j. um, let's see, a equal to 10. This is an integer. Then say another variable called b storing 5.5. This is an example of float. Say c, which has values 2 plus 3j, is an example of complex number. Did you notice how using j represent the imaginary part in complex numbers? So this will be useful for scientific computing. Then we have type conversion functions. What we have? Type conversion functions. Example, int. Then we have float, and then we have complex. So Python provides easy ways to convert between different number types. So for example, let's take in, I'm trying to see a float value of an integer 5. What it will be? It will be 5.0. The decimal portion makes it a float. Let's try to see an integer type of a float number. Print integer of 3.8, which is a float. When we print, it becomes 3. It will omit the decimal portion out there. And let's see the another example for the complex type of an int. How does it looks like? It shows 5 plus oj or 0j. This is an example of a complex type. So here this common pitfall is there regarding converting float to an int. This will actually remove only the decimal part and it won't be doing a round off and make 3.8 to 4. Now let's see, we'll see the arithmetic operations here. Basic ones, like example we have x 15, then let's take y as 4. Now we will go through all the basic mathematic computations that we can do on it. X plus y is 19. Now let's do x minus y, it gives 11. Similarly we do x multiplication asterisk 60, and we can do x divide y 3.75. Then we have something called floor division with double division uh, operator, it gives us 3. After that we have a modulo to do a modulo on y, this is the modulo operator with 3, you are able to see 3. Then last one is exponential of x double star and y, so we get the exponential of x double star y. Notice the use of double slash for float division always returns an integer by discarding the decimal part. So once this is done, now let's look at some useful number related functions from Python built in math module. So what is a module? Module is something we can take it like code that has been already created, we are just trying to use it in our code. So how do we do it? We need to use keyword called import. And what is the module name? It's called math. So this math is going to have a list of predefined functions that we can use. So let's make a use of it. First is square root. Let's create the square root of x, where x value is 15. When we try to do the square root, we are able to see the value here. Similarly, we have POW. PO is power function, where we are going to need to give two values to it, x power y. So what would happen the result? Post this, we are going to see factorial of a number. For this, we have factorial function, where we are going to take any of the variable x or y. I'm taking here an x. Let's see the value. And similar, we have floor, where we will be rounding off 15 over here. And similar, we have Sally for rounding off. And last we will see the mathematical constant, math.pi. Pi is a constant which has its own value. And similarly for this e. So this pi and e have a constant value, and how we can use them using the math module. Now let us try to discuss on advanced number functions. Advanced number function, for which we have div mod, we have absolute, and for rounding we have round and format. Let's see the example. Say this is the variable I'm trying to store the result and doing div mod of 17 comma 5. So what should we expect here? Print result 3 comma 2. Similar, we have another function called absolute of say minus 7.25, trying to take a little bit complex to understand. 7.25. It's making it an absolute. I'm just trying to explain it works for float as well. Now we will try to see round off with the decimal that we want it to be rounded off. Say I have 2.675 and I want to round off with the two values, two decimals here. So it shows 2.67. It rounded off anything post two decimal numbers, 6, 7. After that, whatever is that, it's omitting here. So this rounding off might sometime not behave as expected due to floating point precision issues. So we need to keep that in mind. So with this, we are coming to the conclusion and taking a wrap. Today, as you see, we covered Python's number types, arithmetic operations, type conversion, and explored some built-in number-related functions. So what do we have in our next video? In the next video, we will dive into lists and list operations, which is another fundamental concept in Python. So make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. If you enjoyed this tutorial, hit the like button, leave a comment, and let me know what are the topics you want me to cover. Share it with someone who's learning Python, and see you in the next video. Thank you.